Hello everyone. I thought I would do another themed DVD update because this one came to me and I don't have a lot of titles for this particular um, category, but I thought I would do one anyway. This is going to be my choices for best musicals. Now remember, this is my choices, so there's not going to be um, certain titles that people consider to be the best musicals. I don't have The Sound of Music. I don't have The King and I. I don't have My Fair Lady. I don't have any of those movies because I've never seen it, or Oklahoma, stuff like that. I've seen them, but I don't. They're not my favorites. There's nothing wrong with them. I don't find them entertaining. So just keep that clear. Okay, my favorites. And there aren't many, and I already realized I forgot one. Oh well. It's one of my favorites too. But we'll start here, and I'll try to remember to mention the other one. First one up is Hairspray. I get kind of a little flack for this one because, I don't even know why I get flack for this, because this is a good musical. I really enjoy musicals with big musical numbers at the very end, like big dance numbers and stuff, because when you sit down and think about it, that probably took them weeks to shoot that. And this one has one of the best musical dance endings I've ever seen. The song is really good, and the choreography is fantastic in this movie. But I think this is probably one of the most well-cast movies I've ever seen because, John Travolta is a woman in a fat suit, and she's married to Christopher Walken. It's ha 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 ha. But when you really look at it, you believe. There's a point in the movie where you almost forget that John Travolta is a woman. Like a man playing a woman, and you just believe that Christopher Walken and him are married. It's like the chemistry is unbelievable. You completely forget that it's a man in a fat suit, and you flat out believe that they're a couple, and that's kind of hard to do. You can't just put two people together and two random people and expect it to work. So very well cast movie. Amanda Bynes is fucking sexy in this movie. I'm sorry, she is super 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 cute in this movie. But that's definitely one of my favorites. Next one up is The Music Man. This is a movie I saw in high school. In junior high for the first time, and I really fell in love with this movie. And what's really funny about Robert Preston, I kind of wish he was still alive, but he reminds me so much of Dick Van Dyke. And then Buddy Hackett's in this movie, and Buddy Hackett reminds me of Maury Amsterdam, so it's kind of fucking weird because it's kind of like the Dick Van Dyke Show. But this has got some really, really great songs in it, and the story's pretty good. The only thing I would have to say that I don't like about the movie is the length. It is a little lengthy and could be cut down a little bit, in my opinion. I'm sorry if people of the fans of the actual musical, stage musical, are against that, but honestly, to me, it's a little bit too long. I don't really have anything else to say about that, but great soundtrack. Actually, the next, all of them have great soundtracks, but Across the Universe, which is a movie that I had heard of and then forgotten about, and then when it came out in video, I was like, what the hell's Across the Universe? And someone told me it was a musical with Beatles songs, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I watched it, and I really liked it. Some people don't like... The thing I noticed about Across the Universe is that the people, everyone... The demographic is mainly 20-something college students. I'm not saying that other people don't like the movie, but it seems to me that the people who do like it are 20-something college students. This came out in 2007 when I was still in college, and I was 23 when this came out. And I think that was just the demographic, like early to mid-20s. And it's weird because it's a movie about the 60s, and I've had people tell me that the movie has no plot. I disagree. I think the plot of the movie, as is the plot of many movies about the 60s, is it's just about the 60s. It's just about all the shit that happened in the 60s. And, the 60s is kind of one of the the decade that I'm really, really interested in. I'd really like to see Woodstock. I haven't seen that yet. But yeah, I'm really interested in the '60s. And I mean, I'm not obsessed with it, but I really like a lot of the stuff, like the forgive me for saying it, but I really like the clothing and the hairstyles and just the whole atmosphere of what the hell was going on. Not so much the Vietnam War and stuff like that, but just the hippie lifestyle and shit like that. I'm just kind of interested in it. Moving on, one that's probably on everyone's list, Grease. Not too much I can say about this that it hasn't already been said. It's got a fantastic soundtrack, well cast also, and I have to say that the dance number at the National Bandstand dance number in the middle of the movie where they dance to Born to Hand Drive is probably the best dance sequence I've ever fucking seen. I'm not talking about like an ending. I'm talking about just like a sequence. I mean, it's like unreal. Just watch it. I mean, literally, it had to have taken a month to shoot because there's just so many fucking shots, and it's a really, really long sequence, but really good. Next two, I was gonna try to stay away from animated movies, but it's kind of hard to because so many animated movies have such good soundtracks, and I'm gonna talk about a couple. First off, is South Park, the movie. This just has some really great songs in it. I mean, Trey Parker is a fan of musicals, and that's why this is a musical, and Team America is a musical, and Cannibal the musical is a musical. So it's just that, he's a big fan of musicals, and I like that because then, we get good songs and stuff and funny songs out of it like this. Next one up is a movie that is now considered a cult classic. Tons and tons and tons of people are obsessed with it, and I just want to point out that I was a fan of it before, way before it became a huge, like, obsessive thing, like Napoleon Dynamite. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. This was a fantastic movie. The day it came out in theaters in 1993. I saw it, maybe not the day it opened, but I saw it in 93, and it's a great movie, fantastic soundtrack. And I get tired of these movies that people just obsess, like everybody obsesses about, like Napoleon Dynamite and Christmas Story. There's nothing wrong with these movies, but it's just like, God, fucking shut up and stop obsessing over it. It's not that good of a movie. This one, people blow up to be like the greatest movie ever made, and it's just like, calm the fuck down. But it's a fantastic movie. Alright, next one, I gotta pick up my pace. Talking too much, I've only got 2 minutes left. Okay. The next one I'm going to show is going to represent an era of animated movies. I'm not going to show all of them. I don't have time. If you want to see them, watch my Disney DVD update. So this one is Beauty and the Beast. This represents what is known as the Disney Renaissance era, which includes Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, Pocahontas, and stuff like that. Great songs because Alan Menken is a fantastic composer. And even though Howard Ashman only worked on Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast and a couple songs for Aladdin, I mean, it's a shame he died because I think that era of Disney would have been so much better had he been able to work on some of the other movies. But if you haven't seen the Disney fucking animated movies from the 90s, you need to get out there and watch them right now. Alright, next one up is Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is actually coming out on Blu-ray this year in the 35th anniversary edition, so I'm looking forward to that. This is a movie that I kind of had to grow on me because it, I don't know, it's just a really bizarre, out there movie, so it had to grow on me, but this has some really, really good songs in it. Tim Curry's fucking awesome. Put Tim Curry in anything and he's fucking awesome. So, yeah, that's that. Alright, next up we have Chicago, which I get a lot of flack about liking too. I don't know why people don't like this movie, because I think this movie has a great soundtrack, and it's a very interesting storyline, so I don't know why people hate this. And again, it's got some really good choreography. I really like the idea of the musical scenes are in her head, I really like that. So, and the last one, I'm sorry, I've only got 10 minutes, so last one up is Cannibal the Musical. I mentioned it already. This is a really funny movie. If you haven't seen it already, you need to get out there and see it because it's a funny movie, great soundtrack, and I am out of time. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe.